Interceptor. There are quite a few vehicles that have won this badge. The Jensen Interceptor, the Ford Interceptor, and the Royal Enfield Interceptor from the 1960s. But this is special. This is a throwback to the Royal Enfield Interceptor from the 1960s, but this is so much more modern. Hi, hello, and welcome to Jack Park. This is Stephen Neal, and we are reporting from CVS Motors dealership in Bangalore. And we are here to take this beauty out for a spin to tell you what it feels like.
Royal Enfield, the oldest global motorcycle brand in continuous production. Its history spans over 117 years. With such a long span of time to improve and develop, one would expect them to produce the most technologically advanced motorcycles that look like something out of science fiction. Royal Enfield, however, decided to take their own sweet time in evolving, and the launch of the Interceptor 650 and Continental GT 650 is one of the steps in this evolution process. In fact, it is the biggest such step taken by the company in over half a century. The Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 is a neo-retro motorcycle and hence takes styling cues from 1960s RE Interceptor. The Interceptor styling is classy and elegant. Up front is a classy old circular headlamp with orange colored indicator housing on both sides. When viewed straight up front, the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 does look slim and slender. Its mass and bulk is only seen from the side profile. The chrome finish handlebar with the crossbar further adds to the detail. The engine plays a big role in defining the side profile of the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. The 650cc mill looks pretty sizable, and adding definition to it all is the exhaust system. The crankcase is finished in chrome, and so is the exhaust system. The Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 sports a twin exhaust system with independent pipes for each cylinder. At the rear is a simple tail lamp with orange capped indicators on both sides. Overall, the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 sports clean lines with a no-fuss, classy design. The Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 is powered by an all-new air and oil-cooled parallel twin-cylinder engine. The 648cc motor puts out a maximum power output of 47 bhp at 7250 rpm and a peak torque output of 52 Nm at 5250 rpm. With the Interceptor 650, Royal Enfield has upped the game and has moved up to a 6-speed gearbox assisted by a slipper clutch. The output figures are not exactly stellar for a 650cc motorcycle, but hey, it is an under-stressed engine and was not designed for a high power output in the first place. With the Interceptor, the typical Royal Enfield thump is missing, but we do get that evergreen parallel twin rumble. The parallel twin engine has a deep, bassy rumble that is loud enough to make its presence felt whether the motorcycle is cruising out on the highway or just puttering around town, but it isn't too loud either. The way the power is put down to the road is just as unique as the motorcycle itself. As much as 80% of the torque comes in lesser than 3000 rpm, and that makes it a delight to ride at low speeds. The Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 has an in-city mileage figure of 23 km per litre, which went up to 27 km per litre out on the highway. Performance is pretty brisk, and it has to be so, as it is the fastest Royal Enfield motorcycle we have seen in decades. The dash from 0 to 100 km per hour is done in just 6.5 seconds, and when shown a nice long road, the Royal Enfield Interceptor will touch a top speed of over 170 km per hour. Triple-digit cruising speeds are reached with absolute ease, and the Interceptor 650 will comfortably hover around the 120 km per hour mark all day, and for the first time, the rider too can ride for such a long time without breaking into a sweat. Royal Enfield's motorcycles are typically known among seasoned motorcyclists to have a vibey feeling. We are pleased to say that the vibrations are gone. The second cylinder balances out the movement for the first, and a counterbalancer further smoothens the movement of the engine. This makes the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 smooth, and the rider can stay comfortable for a long time indeed. I spent over 8 hours with the motorcycle in just one day and rode in varying conditions while we shot the motorcycle. Conditions included rush hour traffic, short highway blasts, quick accelerations from the red light, and riding on some country roads for the pictures. If asked to describe what the Royal Enfield Interceptor feels like in all these conditions, impressive would be the word. The motorcycle is well balanced, the engine is smooth, gears shift well, and it rides well overall. The suspension is quite supple and soaks up bumps and potholes pretty well. The front end is suspended by a conventional fork while the rear end has twin gas-charged shocks. The setup is simple but has been tuned well. At lower speeds, shocks are absorbed very well, but the best bit of the suspension is felt between 40 to 60 kilometers per hour. It almost seems like the potholes on the road are missing at this speed and rumble strips are soaked up like they never existed. The texture and cushioning of the single piece seat also adds to the comfort offered by the motorcycle. The Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 was never designed to go around corners fast, but it does feel pretty confident when asked to do so. It rides on Pirelli Phantom Sportcom tires that were specifically designed for the Royal Enfield 650 twins by the Italian tire giant. The tires offer brilliant levels of grip on tarmac but break loose on even small patches of dirt. A 320mm disc up front and a 240mm disc at the rear, both from Bybrake, brake the motorcycle. The brakes offer confidence as they have good initial bite and are powerful. ABS comes as standard fitment on the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650, further increasing the braking prowess of the motorcycle. The Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 is a simple motorcycle and does not boast of a lot of features. Up front is a simple instrument cluster with two large analog dials for the speedometer and tachometer. Within the speedometer dial is a tiny digital display for the odometer and trip meters. The best feature of the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 probably are the different